Welcome to an episode of Mr. P Does It. Today I'm going to teach you how to take a two-dimensional floor plan and convert it into a three-dimensional floor plan. What's nice about a 3D floor plan is you can see inside of it, you can rotate, you can go inside of rooms, you can do interior decorating. I was able to decorate some of my current house by just three-dimensionally drawing it and decorating it before I was even able to get into the house. They gave us the floor plans and it was a nice way to measure things out and kind of get an idea of what the house is going to look like. So go to googlesketchup.com and you're going to go to products and SketchUp free. And this is all web-based, it's totally free, and you're going to start modeling. At this point, you're probably going to be prompted to log in with a Gmail or something. So you should have a Gmail account for this, and then everything is web-based, so you can use this on any device at any time. So I'm going to go to Create New, and this little drop-down menu is going to give us architectural feet and inches. If you click that, it's going to launch you into the website, and this is where we do our 3D drawing. Now there is the Pro version you can pay for, but I found that this can be really nice because it's free and it works for the needs, at least for me. Now I already have a floor plan picked out. It's actually the one that I'm currently living in. But we have a bunch of floor plans on Google. If you're just practicing, you can go find one. Just make sure that it's got dimensions on it. It's got the walls. Basically, any floor plan works for this. So I'm going to go back to Google SketchUp. I'm going to go up to the upper left-hand corner and click on the three lines, and I'm going to import from my device, and then go to my device. And again, I already have one picked out, so I'm going to call it Alverno floor plan. Open. And then it's an image because it's just an image file that we're placing in. So we're going to click on the ground and start dragging it up. This is not a Google SketchUp training video, so I'll have a separate video for how to use this program, but for now this is just architectural 2D to 3D. And I have to do some measuring now. So the tape measure tool is down on the left side there, and my garage is 23 feet 1 inch. So I'm just going to measure, and currently it is 8 feet. So I got to go to the scaling tool and scale this larger until that garage is at 23 feet. So here is the tape measure tool. So I'm at 20 feet, that's pretty close. I'm going to go back to scaling. I'm going to bring this up a little bit, and you're kind of just going back and forth until you get the right dimension. So we're at 26, we went a little bit too much, so you kind of get the idea. I'm just going to fine tune this, and we'll get this started here in just a second. Alright, so we got the floor plan all scaled up. So the word scaling basically means that it's true to size. So in Google SketchUp it's actually 23 feet. Now what we're going to do is begin the wall process. So everything that you see that's black and solid is more than likely a wall. And then if it's hollow inside the wall, that means that it's probably a window or a door. Now windows usually have the symbol that look like this. It's a line in between it. So my floor plan's a little blurry. Now this is a sliding door for me. Goes out to the back patio. So there's a line here and then one line offset. So just identify where your windows and doors are because that is vitally important for this process. I cannot stress that enough. Doors are usually just open. This is a garage door. So just going around and just quickly looking at what is really important. I'm gonna start off by the garage. And any garage door or regular door is where you start and stop your lines. So that'll make more sense as I begin here. I'm going to take the pencil tool and I'm going to start on a door. I'm going to scroll in. I'm going to get right on the edge of my garage door and I'm going to click once and I'm going to go to the next point where I'm going to have to turn the other direction. So I'm going to go at the corner of this garage, this wall. I'm going to click. You also should notice that every single line that you draw on this step needs to be either on the red line or the green line. So the green line and the red line, those are axes. That means that you have straight lines. If you're off of that, you're gonna have a crooked wall and it's not gonna work very well. So I'm gonna go up to my next door. This is my side garage door. I'm gonna just keep clicking on the wall. So this is a point where I stop. I start turning around. Now, as you can see here, I have it auto connecting. So I know that I don't have to guesstimate. It stops right here. I just click once and I'll just carry that through. Now you notice that that wall just filled in and it's time to raise it up. So I have the push and pull tool and I'm going to bring that up, and at this point you have to determine if you have 8-foot walls, 9-foot walls. Just for this demo, just for this sake, I'm just going to say 8-foot walls. So I'm going to type in 8, enter. And boom, we got our first wall. So I'm gonna just kind of fast forward this video and you'll get the idea while you watch me, but just to kind of start this off, I'm going to start clicking away. And one really useful tool here is holding the shift button and the middle mouse wheel. So if I go up to here, I'm skipping my windows. Here's a window. If I can't see down here, I'm gonna hit shift and middle mouse wheel and it'll shift me down so I can see that. Again, I'm skipping windows. So shift and middle mouse wheel. Here's a window I'm coming past, that's my kitchen. Here's a sliding patio door. So remember, at doors, you stop. So across, skipping the windows, going to the corner of the house, down to a door. And if you're not getting that auto correct or connect line, you can just go hover over that line, keep moving up until it snaps. Once it snaps straight, you can bring that line down, and we just connected that wall section. Now you don't have to type in the dimension. You can just take the push-pull tool and raise that up and go touch the other wall. And now that is the door. I'll show you guys how to do door headers after this this portion of the assignment. So, all right, so let's keep this going. Okay, now that you have all the walls up, you can see that this is my second story. I'm just gonna ignore that for the sake of time. We have to go around and just make sure that everything is done right. So you're gonna look for any walls that you may have missed. But if you haven't missed any, you can move on to starting putting in your doors. So typical door heights are 7 feet. So the way that you would do that is take the tape measure tool, go to the middle of your wall on any door that you have, any opening, and you're gonna start going up 7 feet and then enter. Once you type in 7 feet and enter, you're gonna be met with this dotted line. Just take the pencil tool and draw corner to corner. It's a reference line, or side to side, I should say. Then take the push-pull tool, and you created a separate box here now with that. And you can just pull that straight over. Now you might see a little mistake because maybe something wasn't lined up, but all you gotta do is just push that out and it'll line everything up. So even look at that little bit. It doesn't look like from back here, but you definitely want to make sure that you're just going to click and drag that out so everything matches up nicely. Then you should be able to take the eraser tool and erase these lines, and it's like these lines were never here, and the reference line. So you're going to do that on every door opening. I'm going to show you one more time how to do that. So take the pencil tool, or the tape measure, sorry. Measure up 7 feet, enter, and line tool. So you're gonna get that dotted line, use the dotted line, take the push-pull tool and just bring that over, and then match up your walls. So either bring it in or out, whatever kind of works for you. So I'm gonna just bring these two thicker walls. I usually try to get the thicker wall to come in, and then erase. If everything is done right, it should be fine. There you go. I'll show you one example of something that might be useful. Taking the tape measure tool, going up 7 feet, enter, taking the pencil tool, and just bringing that over. Now if you don't fix that and you go to erase like a pencil line, it's going to erase the entire wall. So that's why it's crucial to make sure you line those things up, otherwise you're going to have some issues. And usually issues in Google SketchUp just seem to like snowball. So make sure that you line these walls up, and then deleting the lines, and then you'll have just a cohesive wall. So when you paint it, you won't see that line there. So now it's starting to look like a floor plan, which is awesome. So, all right, then moving on. So I'll do the doors later. Moving on from there is windows. So windows are now hidden because you went over them. But one strategy I found that you can do is copy and paste your floor plan. So if you just select your floor plan, Control C, Control V, and then put your floor plan off to the side, underneath or next to it, whatever works for you. You're gonna see where the windows are again. So if you have like a window on the laundry room wall here and here, you would just go over to that laundry room. We know the laundry room is here. Now, if you know the specific measurements of your window, you could type that in now. You know, you could type in whatever that dimension is. So, for example, if it's a 2 foot by 2 foot window, you would type in 2 feet, 2 feet. For this video, I'm just going to be placing windows that look relatively like a window, just for the sake of time and just kind of getting an idea of the house. So I just put in a window, and I'm going to take the push-pull and I'm going to just push it through to the back side, and that'll push through a window spot. So do the same thing over here, corner to corner. Again, push-pull, just push to the back side. Alright, then from here, you can begin painting. So, paint bucket tool has a bunch of different fun textures. So, if I did like some brick, I could just click on whatever I want and then click brick, and that'll appear on the wall. So, you know, in any good design plan, everything would be painted, even inside of the door here, the door jamb. So there's other colors here that you can choose from, etc. So after everything's painted, all the windows and doors are in, it's time to have some fun and get into the 3D warehouse. So that's right here, the components, and you can just search the 3D warehouse for, let's just do like a car. So it's gonna bring up a bunch of different options for you. So there's like cars, or if you want to do like a couch. So I'm just gonna grab a couch and show you how to place it in. So I'm gonna load in the couch, and it'll take a second to load in, but once it's loaded in, it's moving on the floor. If it says on face and image, that means that it's on the image, which is your floor plan. And it's in the wall there, but you're just gonna place it down, and then you can change it from here by rotating it. So there's the red little bumpers, you can rotate it. And if you do end up moving it with the move tool down here, you're gonna just grab it by its like very bottom, by the foot, and then you can slide it on the floor. If you grab it up higher, it might sink into. So at this point, you know how to move the furniture, rotate it, etc. So you can really do some interior decorating in here. You can also go over to the windows. Another thing that should be done at some point, just to make it look more realistic, is taking the square tool again and actually going right over the top of your windows. So there's your window, and you would take the paint bucket tool again and go to glass and mirrors, and then anything with a slash through it means it's see-through, so you can click on that, and now you have a window. Now of course it doesn't have the trim around it and etc., but again, this is just to get you an idea of things. This is not like anything official, but it is pretty cool once everything comes together. So that's to put in the windows, and then doors. So let's just take a look at doors by searching that. If we type in door, and again, there's gonna be a bunch of different styles. So we're gonna download a door, and they might come in at a different angle, but we can rotate. I'm gonna see which side is I guess it doesn't really matter which side's which, but I'm gonna rotate it the way that it needs to be. Rotate. Make sure it snaps on the green line, that means, or the red line, whatever one you're doing, so you know that it's straight. And then always grab at the bottom, and then you can just go corner and then snap it to the corner. So these doors might not fit perfect, it all depends, but you can rescale these items at any time. So if you go to scaling, I'm just gonna grab the top here, I'm just gonna bump that down. It'll go off the edge and bring that in to the edge. So now this door is fitting perfectly. So on the other side, and now if we see that wall there, we can even take this and just bump that out. If that bothers you, you can bring that door and stretch it out a little bit so it kind of fits it a little bit better. You know, it all depends what you want to do, but as long as there's a door in there, that'll definitely work. So that looks good. So what you would do is just go interior decorate, paint, do all your windows, do all your doors, and then you'll have a really cool 3-dimensional floor plan for you to look inside, travel around in there, decorate, just kind of get an idea of what this is going to look like in real life. So hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Thanks so much. Have a great day.